It's all very preliminary right now, but I'm going to actually take a step to the side here. I'll show you what's going on right now. Police are asking residents questions right now. As you can see, they're interviewing them in their garage. They've been walking in and out of the home, taking pictures. Some have had gloves on, gathering evidence. They say that when they try to get offenders up these stairs, and then they have to get them through a series of doors when they bring them in, it can be challenging. Leslie and Gene, I'm here on the south side of the building, and we keep seeing firefighters come up and down these stairs. If you can see in that window, they keep coming up right there. As you can see, there's a ladder on that side. No smoke over here, no flames, but they are continuing to go up there. So there is still something going on. I'm here with Joe. He's actually lived in the building for about 7 or 8 months. Joe, tell me where you were. What was your vantage point?
Couldn't see anything.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing, the consensus from people is they just tried to go through different areas that smoke was just so thick and black, so that was their only way out, getting on that roof and getting down that ladder. Pretty scary situation. Leslie and Gene, if you take a look behind me, look at this vehicle. This green Camaro crashed into one of the buildings here at the New London Fire Department. Robert Tripp, donning a Santa cap and a long gray beard, had planned to spend this Christmas Eve ringing bells for the Salvation Army, like he's done for 4 decades. That is until he received horrible news that his home was on fire.
I was breaking down with everything and I was trying to drive. It was pretty hard to drive with tears flowing out my eyes and everything.
A call come in at 10:20 this morning, fully engulfed. Within a half hour or so, we got the fire under control.
Altogether, 4 family members lived in this home on 24 South 11th Street in Keokuk. Losing a home on Christmas Eve is enough to devastate anyone. But for Tripp, this wasn't the worst news he's received this month.
I just lost my wife about 3 weeks ago and it's not been a good time.
Talk to Tripp for a short time and you'll hear him talk about his strong faith. The only thing he says that's keeping him going.
I'm still alive and I'm still kicking. The devil ain't gonna win this time.
And if he had lost any faith at all through this tragedy, it was quickly restored when a stranger approached him as he watched his house burn.
Just come up and give me a donation for my house to help us out.
It's as simple as clicking a mouse, and pictures of your children can be ripped from social media and in the hands of a stranger.
I think she's just sad, lonely, doesn't have a family, wants children.
That's how Brandy Beckham describes a woman who snatched photos of her nearly 1-year-old twins, Paisley and Presley.
She changed their names, went to the length of changing their names, their birthday, saying that she adopted them, that we died.
A thought that sends any mom's mind racing.
I was scared, very scared that she was going to come and take my kids, that she wanted them.
Monroe County Sheriff David Hoffman handled the case and says Beckham is not alone.
Upon further investigation, we found 2 other parents that had children also that this lady had used their pictures, and she had told them that she was basically adopting these children.
But Hoffman says his hands are tied because although what she did could be seen as creepy, it's not illegal.
For identity theft, you have to steal someone's identity for the purpose of, either financial gain or something like that.
And Hoffman says the case didn't meet the guidelines for stalking because the woman didn't reach out or harass the families in the law's eyes. Laws that Beckham says she wishes were different.
I don't want it to happen to somebody else.
About 10:45 last night, the trees and stuff was moving. We had a large howling and we were starting down the stairway. And as we were starting down the stairway, that's when the roof left.
The high winds tore 2 large parts of Greenberg resident Pete Mayfield's roof, leaving gaping holes by his kitchen and his bathroom.
This is a terrible mess because the roof was gone, all the water settled in there, and the ceiling started falling.
Pieces of ceiling cover Mayfield's entire home like a blanket of dirty snow, and utility poles blanket his backyard.
I just couldn't believe it because we didn't hear no roar like a tornado or anything at home. It's just like a straight wind.
And as you continue down Highway C, the destruction left by the storm is visible everywhere, like here at Lowell Wood's property. Wood says he didn't think the storms were that severe until he received a call from his tenant.
And she called and said the doors are off of the shed right by the house and said you might want to come over and look around.
And when he arrived, he saw pieces of his machine shed sprawled out onto this cornfield.
And this building here was a 40 by 60 foot building and is only about 7 years old.
For both Mayfield and Woods, there's a long road of cleanup ahead, but there's always a silver lining. So everybody was safe?
Yeah, everybody was safe.